campers, I want to chat to you today about why do I always say to you guys that if you think that you are on a twin flame journey, on a divine love journey, you should at least go and have a session with a psychic medium, divine feminine, whose job and whose life's path is linked to guide the divines to really confirm that you are or aren't on a journey. Right? So I really want to dive into the most important reason why do I say this to you guys, because there's a lot of side reasons, right? One of the reasons that I say this to you guys is because 90% of women who think they are on a journey, they're actually connected to a karmic catalyst and to a karmic partner. I also say it because there's so much confusion online, and this is actually why so many women are confused. There is so much BS, so much nonsense about this journey, so much misconception. Most of it's complete rubbish because it's a very specific, very rare journey, and people romanticize it. People who have nothing to do with the journey jump online and talk about it. So there's horrible confusion. I definitely don't tell you guys to confirm so you can excuse BS, right? Because that's one of the misconceptions of all of it online. People think that if you are connected to a twin flame, the other half of your soul, your divine masculine counterpart, it means that you should excuse their BS, that you should always accept them back, that you should, right? Because it doesn't matter that they hurt you, that they lie to you, that they ghost you, that they dismiss you, that they choose other women. No, it's not because of that. It's not because of that. Because truly, in the beginning of this journey, whether you're connected to a karmic or whether you're connected to a true divine masculine counterpart, I would give you the same advice. Love yourself. Don't excuse any BS, right? But the real and true reason that I say to you guys that it's important to confirm, right, with a divine feminine who's already activated, who's went through the journey, and whose life's mission is linked to guiding others on this journey. Side note, I always explain this to you guys. True spiritual teachers should only spread messages linked to their path, because this is the downloads that we received. This is the knowledge that we're granted from the divine to share with you guys. This is why our channel is working for you guys, that specific field, that specific topic. We're not know-it-alls. We have our areas of expertise. So it's really important, if you suspect that you're in a twin flame journey, to come on session, and the true divine feminine, whatever way she does that, she'll be able to tell you. We all have our own ways depending on what gifts are activated within us. I will see the cords between you and the energy of another person, so I'll be able to say whether it's a red thread or a different kind of connection. I also have this inner knowing, intuitive knowing. I just know. Certain feminists go into meditation to see that. So we all have our own ways. It doesn't matter, but we'll be able to confirm this to you, because this is our job. It's our life's missions as awakened channelists, as mediums, right? The reason I always say that you have to know whether it's a true divine counterpart or not is because whether it is a true divine counterpart, your divine masculine, or a karmic catalyst, from now on your journey is going to be very different. It's going to be very different, and not in context of how you're going to treat this person, because you should treat mistreatment with boundaries always. Love yourself first. Do not allow anyone to ghost you, to disrespect you, to break promises. Never. It doesn't matter who they are. With love and light, out of my life. But when it comes to you, what you gonna do on this journey, it's gonna be very different. Why? Because women who are connected to a karmic catalyst, which is most women, let's just face it, you must know a woman that at one point met a man that is like connection like no other, passion like no other, like I never felt that way around any other man, right? So it's a classic karmic catalyst, right? So if a woman like that comes to me, what we're going to do is we're going to look into that karmic contract. We're going to find out what is the reason that that contract appeared in your life, because it's always for a reason. What kind of a wounding is making you enabled to see that it's not a true soul connection, but it's a karmic catalyst, which can also be a beautiful adventure, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be painful. Not all karmics are evil, another common misconception. And within a relatively short period of time, whether it depends on how you dedicate yourself to really understanding that contract and that lesson. I'm going to help you to decipher this contract. We're going to learn that lesson. We're going to break that pattern. And the love and the feeling and the longing and the passion towards this person will naturally fade away, because you would have learned your lesson, right? And for some of these ladies, because we usually deep down subconsciously know. So for some of these ladies, one session will be enough. One session, maybe 2 sessions, maybe one session, a couple of good advice, how you can, look inwards from now on, and you will really close that contract. You will dissolve that contract. You will find peace within yourself, and you'll be able to carry on happy life, right? But when we talk about true divine feminines on a twin flame journey, that is an extremely rare journey, a journey that is meant to awaken you, awaken your kundalini, open a path of Christ consciousness, walking a path of service, a life of service to this world, awakening your gifts, awakening your psychic gifts, right? The path in front of you is a deep path of shadow work, deep path of healing, of finding your way back to home, of walking that path of Christ consciousness, right? It's a daily work that we're going to approach in a different way. True divine feminines, those that were awakened from being a dormant vessel, it's not 100% case, but most of us are dormant vessels that at one point He comes into our life to awaken us. He awakens us to the life of service. Nothing to do with a lost love story is a byproduct, like in a background, like at the end of the road. It doesn't really matter. It's a journey of self-discovery, of finding your divinity, of fulfilling your mission as a divine feminine. A divine feminine who is meant to be the beacon of light in this world, who is meant to be the gatekeeper, who is meant to lead, who is meant to remind other women what does it mean to be a feminine, to be a woman, help other people to find their divinity. It's a mission. And the sooner you embark on that mission, the sooner you tap into what is it that you need to heal, what is it that you need to discover, what is it that you need to remember, the sooner you will start to heal and release and really become who you were meant to be, not just in this lifetime, but all other lifetimes. So it's coming to my mind, if you are someone that you think you're on a journey, and maybe you actually are on a journey, and you already go on sessions with a healer and a medium and coach and expert on twin flames, and this is not the core of your sessions, your healing, your self-discovery, your shadows, your path, your activations, your mission, but you're solely focusing on the masculine, it means that it's not the healer. It means that it's not the path. And I always say this to you guys. Unfortunately, many feminines, sometimes even feminines who are on a journey, actually are divine feminines, that jump online when they're still on a journey, they start sharing things, but all they're doing is sharing projections, because there's a very small amount of true divine feminines who walk this path. And out of that small group, even fewer of us are meant to lead other feminines, are meant to work with divine love, not just necessarily with twin flames, but divine love as in general. Because all the other feminines, there's so much for us to do. There's so many paths, there's so many things to be fixed in this world, to be healed in this world. So it's not the part and the role of every single divine feminine who's been on a twin flame journey to talk about a twin flame journey and to help others. No, this is why part of the journey is to discover your true path. This is why it's so important to come on that session, to start working with a mentor, and to start working with a right mentor, so that that mentor can help you to find your way back to self. And I oftentimes, hear these opinions that all the answers are within. We all have intuition and inner guru. As a divine feminine, you don't have to. You guys, it's true. We all have intuition. We all have inner guru within. All the answers reside within. But when we're bound by shadows, by woundings, by conditioning, by longing, we cannot see clearly within ourselves. We don't hear clearly that guidance from within, that loving silent voice within of our soul, because it's silenced by the shadows and by the ego. This is why in the beginning you do need guidance. There's so much nonsense and so many charlatans out there who just, I don't want to go into like dark energies that stop, but it's true. Ego-based, shallow, very dense energies that constantly stop us from finding our divinity, from finding our truth, feeding our brains with fear, a fear-based mentality. No, you don't need that, you don't need this. You need to know whether you are on a journey or not. You need a mentor that will help you walk through this journey until you find your divinity. And refusing that path, there's many reasons that feminine, there's fear in the beginning, there's procrastination in the beginning, but sometimes it's as well that separation, the illusion of separation. I don't need you, right? We all need each other. We're here for each other. We're one supreme consciousness that experiences itself for a variety of people. So we can become that wholeness, so we can hold space for each other, right? So it's extremely important. And in the end, this journey reveals itself to you, right? And I always say this, women who think they're on a twin flame journey and they're truly connected to a karmic catalyst, I couldn't care less if they spend their entire life, and even on their deathbed, they're going to believe that this man was the divine counterpart. But the ultimate truth is that true divine feminine awakens. True divine feminine starts to change every month, every year. We transform completely. We die and we're being reborn. We shed so many versions of us, and we're allow our true, authentic soul self to come forth. So in the end, sooner or later, right, it is crystal clear. Because if someone tells you that they know their divine counterpart, but their life isn't in any way truly spiritual and truly looking inwards, it's the ultimate proof. Because I always say this to you guys, we are the proof. Whether you're truly on a journey or not, you are the proof. If you become, within years of this journey, true divine feminine that stands in her power, that stands in her glory, that becomes better and brighter and more beautiful every year and more confident, and again, standing in your light, we're the beacons of light on this earth. It's a proof in itself. You are living proof that you are on a journey. And truly on this journey, we are also living proofs for our masculines that this is really the truth that they've been trying to deny for so long. But the journey of twin flame and the journey of divine love for the feminine is a journey of self-discovery, of discovery of your path, of your purpose, of your gifts, of your divinity, of what you've come here to do on this earth. This is why it's important to really know whether you're on a journey or not, because a good spiritual teacher who's meant to work with twins will help you to go towards that direction. Not focusing on the masculine, not focusing on, what he's doing, where he's at, whether he's returning or not, or focusing on you. Because you are the key to this whole journey. You are the key to the union. You are the creatrix. If the feminine doesn't have the capacity to create union on a level of 5D, the masculine will never be able to ground that into physical existence. So we are the key. We are what we need to work on this. rudely interrupted by a phone call, but maybe it's a sign that I should stop rambling. I've told you guys everything that you need to know. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, or you can message me directly if you prefer. Sign up for a session if you feel guided to. But yeah, everything that is in my power I have explained to you. The rest is in your hands, because ultimately how we approach this journey, how long this journey is going to take for us, how big of a potential we're going to tap into on this journey is in our hand. No healer, no greatest healer, no greatest divine feminine that is meant to work with the divines will magically touch you and give you all the answers, because it's the whole objective of this journey. It is you. How much work are you willing to put in you? How much courage you have to dig deeper, to dive deeper into your wounds, into your past wounds, into your traumas, into your past lives. How much faith you have in God, in yourself, in your masculine, in your potential, and in your mission. It is you. You are the key and you are the prize.